Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Let's jump into the video. Hi, so today I'm doing Little Simsy's shell challenge, her latest one, which is this donut shell. And as soon as she did it, because I watched her streams, I saw her build this and I saw what she was making. She made a modern house with it. But as soon as I saw her making it, I just had this vision of a hotel. And in my mind, it was like this really swanky hotel, really nice, tropical, like in real life, it would be like this 5-star rainforest retreat. Um, and so that's what I went for. I put it in Selva Dorada so I could get the tropical vibe I was going for. And this donut bit in the middle, I took that and I made this indoor garden area. Your Sims can't go in there, but she put a future cube in that box that I've just created another one of. And so I thought it would be really funny to keep the future cube and have it as kind of a centerpiece within the little indoor garden. You'll see me do that later. But right now, just putting windows everywhere. Um, and yeah, I thought this little bit here would make a good stairwell. But it turned out to be it's not a very big hotel. It can only have 4 Sims there. But I kept it as a bar community lot. So your Sims will be able to just go there anyway, and you could sleep there and pretend that your Sims have hired a hotel or rented out a hotel room while they stay in Salvadorada. And it turned out really nice. It's got a really nice swimming pool. It's just very swish. So yeah, I paid a lot of attention to detail in this one because I just wanted it to look really sleek and very posh. So I imagine, Thorn Bailey going here. um, and yeah, I got the new Eco Lifestyle pack. And the build and buy mode in that pack is incredible. And also, the ability to alt place doors and windows is absolutely amazing. And it has saved me, it has revolutionized my life. I alt placed a load of windows and a load of doors in this build, and it just looked amazing, I think. There's a lot of windows, but I did want it to feel like the outside was in. I wanted, because when you go on holiday, there are lots of windows. You want to be able to see the view, don't you? And so, yeah, here you can see me landscaping the inside of the donut. And you see, I put the future cube on a little podium so it would be the center of this little indoor garden, which I thought was quite fun. Something I'd never usually do. And I also hid that llama bush in there. I've never used the llama bush before, but I thought, why not? When in Salvadorada, when else can you use it? So I just spent most of my landscaping ended up looking like this. It's mostly all from the Jungle Adventure pack. So it ties in very well with the exterior landscaping. And I put this massive tree in the middle so it goes up through the building and it comes out of the top, and I thought that was a really cool thing, and it kind of explained why there was this big donut shaped hole in the middle. And there's only 2 rooms in it, so the 2 rooms look down into that little donut shape. And so I thought it was a really nice way to cohesively bring it in. And then I used this as like a kind of column. And so this one of these was her exterior wall, one of the little squares. So I used it as a column to put the front desk between. And so I created one to mirror it and then had a front desk in between it. And I thought that made it work quite well, and it separated the areas a bit because it is quite an open plan. And I wanted a rooftop garden, so I made sure I put a roof on it so there wasn't any funny lighting in the stairwell, and your Sims wouldn't get snow. Well, it doesn't snow in Salvadorada, but it wouldn't get rained on or anything. And I had that as kind of a false balcony, that bit there, because I couldn't work out how to get doors to it because it was right next to where I put my stairs. So I just put some hedging there to fill it in. Kind of jumped around with this build. I didn't really focus on one bit first. I usually do the outside first and then move on to the inside, but I just kept flitting in between the inside outside on this build. I don't really know why. It just kind of seemed to work better for me that way. And I put these new glass awnings over the doorways on the balconies for the rooms. And I can't express to you how much I love this new pack. The build and buy mode in it is just amazing. But yeah, I really struggled to think where to put the bathrooms for the downstairs because I obviously wanted a downstairs bathroom for the bar guests because in real life you'd have toilets downstairs in a hotel and then en suites in the rooms. And I didn't want Sims just go upstairs and use the bathrooms that are in the rooms because obviously that isn't realistic. Your Sims will probably use them anyway because it's Sims. But I I did struggle on where to put these toilets, and I ended up putting it alongside the indoor garden and deleting a few of the windows because obviously you don't want people to watch you pee. So I put them there. And they fit quite well, and they made this little alcove next to the stair area, and I put a sofa in there because I didn't really know what else to put there. I wanted some like feature lights over the welcome desk, so I used the Jungle Adventure chandeliers to put over the desk, and they look really nice, and I liked how they turned out. And so I just put a few computers there, so it looks like you can check in. But obviously, in real life, your Sims could just go there and play games on them, as they always tend to do. And but yeah, I just wanted to make this whole build look modern and sleek, and like I said, like a 5-star hotel. And so there's a lot of bar areas, a lot of seating areas, and I used this really cool. I think it's from Jungle Adventure as well. The sign, um, and I use that to go to kind of be the hotel's logo, and so that's behind the welcome desk. It's on the front of the build. It's in a couple of areas around the build as well, because obviously in real life the hotel has their name or their emblem on the walls around their hotel. So I just did that because I thought it was a bit realistic. And yeah, here you see me furnishing the bar area. And in hindsight, I wish I put like a sofa there. I might put one there before I upload it to the gallery, just behind the bar, because it's not really a dance clubby sort of place. I did put a dance floor upstairs on the upstairs landing just because I didn't really know how else to fill the space. But downstairs, it's more of a sit back, relax, kind of have a drink bar. So there are a few tables around the front atrium area. So because in my experience of going to hotels, there's usually a welcome area and there's some seating there where you can sit while you wait to be seen to or get checked into your room. So I just went for that kind of vibe when I was furnishing it. And I think it did turn out looking realistic. It definitely ties into my own experiences of going on holiday. So hopefully we'll be able to go on holiday again soon. Hopefully. I was hoping to go to Iceland this year, but obviously no longer will be able to do that. So we'll be saving up for next year, hopefully. But yeah, I did try and use a lot of Jungle Adventure furniture because I really like it. And obviously I'm in Salvadorada with this build, and so I wanted it all to tie in. And I think it fit very well with the aesthetic I was going for. And it was a nice way to tie in the rustic doors that I used to the modern furniture I was using elsewhere, because it's clean and it's sleek and it fits. I think it's quite a nice in between, so it ties it all together. And yeah, I did struggle with the lighting in this build because it's so big and a lot of the areas are quite dark. So I did really struggle to get the lighting right. I used those miscellaneous lights that you get in the show hidden objects cheat to highlight the future cube on its podium so it looks like it's glowing, which I thought was quite funny. And yeah, I spent a long time on this build. I spent about 3 or 4 hours on it. So I used a lot of the speakers. I used the Latin pop one so that it fit with the rest of the Salvadorada theme. Obviously, when you go to Salvadorada, there's Latin pop everywhere, so I put those speakers in, so it tied it all in. I made quite a big pool in the back, so it's quite nice for just the 4 Sims that would be able to sleep in this build. It's quite a luxurious hotel. But yeah, and obviously the fence can't go to the edge of the lot, and so I ended up filling it with these individual hedges, which took me absolutely ages. And I had to raise the ones along the pool's edge individually because they just sank where the pool was. And so it took me forever to do them. And I did it around the whole exterior of the pool area, including the bar seating area, and it just took me ages to do. But I really liked how it turned out, so I wasn't that mad. I filled the outdoor area and put some sunbeds there so it would be a nice area for your Sims to relax and sunbathe. And there's a bar out there. There's bars pretty much. There's a bar on every floor, so your Sims will never have to walk far to get a drink. And I used these individual little pool lights as well, the floor lights, and they took forever to place as well. And I used the spa day ones as well, just to add a bit extra lighting in there because it was quite dark because the pool is so large. So yeah, like I said, lighting was an issue in this build, but I think that's partly due to where the lot is. It's where the original bar was in Salvagerada. I just kept the lot type, and I tried to make sure there was a lot of seating areas for your Sims, mainly to fill up the space because I didn't really know what else to put there, but also because when you do go on holiday, a lot of what you do is relaxing and sitting around and reading a book, and I just played off my own experiences of going away and used a lot of seating areas to fill the space because in my experience that has been what's been there. Um, and yeah, I cut a large portion of the landscaping out of this build because I just use the same technique everywhere pretty much. And I made a really nice rooftop garden and it is complete with a woohoo bush. So if your Sims go there, don't you worry, you can get up to all sorts. Um, and there's a bar up there as well. And yeah, I think it turned out really nice. I'd like to go and stay here if it was real. I imagine it would cost a lot of money though. But yeah, I really enjoyed making this build. It pushed me out of my comfort zone, definitely. I haven't really ever made a hotel like this before, or a hotel in general, actually. So, and I haven't really used the Jungle Adventure landscaping before, and it's really nice. And obviously, it is in Salvadorada, so it fits really nicely in with the rest of the landscaping around the lot. And it's just, I thought it looked really nice. I really enjoyed the fact that it was kind of the jungle on top of the roof as well. I think it helps blend this massive box shaped structure into the landscape a bit better because obviously it is very flat. So I wanted to help disguise how flat it was and tie it in with the landscape as best I could. So I ended up putting a load of trees on top, and there's a few dining tables up there with chairs and stuff, which I only really put up there because it was part of the bar requirements. Also the TV, I couldn't think where to put a TV downstairs, so I put like a little seating area in each of the rooms, and there's a TV in each room, so it's a very nice hotel. I ended up using the new dumpster from the Eco Lifestyle Pack to put downstairs because obviously when it's a big industry, they have dumpsters like that, so it made so much sense to have that out the back. So I just put that under one of the areas where the top square jutted out over the bottom square, and it's in this sheltered area, which I thought was quite realistic. And obviously your Sims can dumpster dive and they can woohoo in that. So there's quite a few places to woohoo on this lot. There's also the university showers as well. But I don't know if your Sims can woohoo in those ones because they're the open ones. Because my bathrooms were quite strange shapes. They were diagonals because of how I split the rooms. But yeah, I made sure there was music pretty much everywhere in the build, apart from the upstairs roof garden and in the bedrooms. I thought that would be a nice place for your Sims to escape the Latin pop. Especially if you were staying in a hotel, the music wouldn't be in your room as well. But yeah, the bathrooms, they were mirror images of each other, but I think they turned out really nice. They look really posh and sleek, which is what I was going for. And I just I just think this hotel did turn out really nice. It turned out a lot better than I was expecting it to. I underestimated myself immensely with this build. I impressed myself with it because I just didn't think I'd be able to make it look nice. Because obviously the shape of it is so odd. And I when I first started it, I didn't think about the tree going through the middle, so I just didn't really know how to make the donut shape a feature for it. And so I do like the way it turned out, and I really enjoy the way that the bedroom's looking on it. And so they'll be able to see it. You can see it wherever you are in the hotel, really, which I think is really nice. And I think when I went to Mallorca, I went to a hotel and they had an indoor garden along the stairwell, so it's kind of realistic from my own experiences, which is kind of where I got the inspiration from. A lot of this build is inspired by my stay in Mallorca, but I didn't go to this nice of a hotel. I went to a much less sleek hotel. It wasn't quite as modern as this, or as posh. So, but yeah, the general vibe of it, I kind of see Salvadorada as sort of Spanish inspired pack. So I did take a lot of inspiration from my own travels to Spain and Mallorca to get inspiration from and tie it all together. I did try and limit my use of packs, but I'm not very good at limiting my pack use. I'm terrible for it. I use so many packs, so I'd rather think how many are in this. I know I've definitely used the new pack, so I'm sorry to everyone who can't download it because they haven't got the new pack. But I would highly recommend getting it if you have the money to spare, because the build and buy mode is amazing. I've not had a chance to play with the gameplay aspect of it yet, but I'm hoping to do that soon. I might start a Rags to Riches series from Eco Lifestyle and incorporate the tiny house and start a Rags to Riches, because in real life I'm really into the tiny house movement. Me and my partner watch Living Big in a Tiny House, I think their YouTube channel is called, and we obsessively watch that. And so I might start a series where I make my sim self build from the ground up. But I think that might be a fun series to do, because right now I don't really have any gameplay series, and I'd quite like to get into that, because while I do love building and I want to renovate all of EA's builds, because let's face it, some of them are absolute garbage. I do love gameplay, and I love having big families on The Sims, and I'd love to start a new one with you guys and have a series on YouTube where it focuses on that family, kind of like how Claire Chavon did her Dream House series. I'd quite like to do something like that, because that's what got me into Sims YouTube, really. Watching her Dream House series. That's the first Sims YouTuber. She's the first Sims YouTuber I ever watched, and who really got me into watching Sims content on YouTube. And obviously, like I've said before, Plumbella's the one that really inspired me to start my own, because I just related so much to her. And so I'd really like to do something like that. So that might be coming in the next few weeks. And here are my screenshots of my build. It was quite hard to get some good screenshots, because obviously the massive tree that went through the middle wouldn't fade away while I was taking the screenshots. So I hope you enjoyed this build, and I would love it if you'd like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys!